Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Taurus GX4. I'm David from the Humble Marksman channel. Are you ready? Stand by. So at the range today, doing a quick one for you guys. I have the GX4 in my hot little hand, and I got to put probably about 200 rounds through it this morning. And I have to say, a lot of my subscribers who are competitive shooters are probably coming here to watch this video and hear me say not nice things about the Taurus. And a lot of people who like Taurus are coming here to yell at me because I made that video about the G3C a while back. But I hate to disappoint everybody. This is actually a really good gun. A lot of what I didn't like about the G3C, they absolutely fixed in this gun. In fact, after I make this video, I'll be doing a quick A/B with the G3C here at the range. So we'll be comparing these two guns and give you my overall thoughts. So I'm not going to compare it to the G3C in this video. So if you subscribe to the channel, you'll be able to see when that video drops. I'm going to try and get it out a day or two after when this one drops. So jumping in with kind of the basic stats of this gun, it is made in Brazil. It's not stamped with Bainbridge, Georgia, or made in Brazil anywhere. It took me about 5 minutes to find the roll mark because I was looking in all the usual places. Normally it's on the frame. On the G3C, it's like right there, it says made in Brazil, but on the slide it says Bainbridge, Georgia. Roll marks just say Taurus GX4. It's completely barren on this side. It doesn't even give you the lawyer warnings that it'll fire without a magazine in the gun. It is a very plain Jane and sleek looking gun. The lines of the pistol are very, very clean. Comes with Glock sights just like the G3C. I think Taurus is brilliant for doing this. Kind of the big update about this is the magazines that they're providing. They only give you 2 magazines, and they also give you a hard shell case, which is new territory for the Taurus. But these magazines are made by Mekgar in Italy. The lighting sucks today, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know if you can see that, but it says Mekgar in Italy. And as a result, the magazines are super high quality, as good as anything you'd find from like a Sig Sauer or any of the other magazine makers that use Mekgar, because Mekgar makes some of the best magazines in the game. I do have to wonder, because Sig Sauer is so lawsuit happy right now, taking Springfield Armory to court, suing them for their Hellcat magazines, if the lawyers from Sig aren't going to come after Taurus for these. Because these magazines look very much like the magazines that came with my P365 XL. There's a card up there that you can check out if you want to watch that video. So getting back to the Taurus GX4, finish on the slide is Tenifer. It's the same as the G3C. I did a extensive holster testing with the G3C, and this finish is a rock solid finish on this gun. The barrel on the GX4 is, I believe, nitrided, as well as opposed to kind of the silver stainless thing, so it gives a higher end look to the gun. And when you feel this gun in hand, it has a high end feel to it. There is zero difference if you held this gun in hand in the frame between this and say like a 6 Sauer P365. The contour of the gun is very good. Wish it had a little bit more relief of the trigger guard. I get a little bit of rubbing on my knuckle, but honestly, it's better than like my Hellcat with how it is. The grip texture and honestly the shape of the gun, they give you 2 back straps that are removable by knocking out this pin here, and I'm using the big back strap, which makes it fit more like a Glock 26. And honestly, that's what I would recommend if you can manage the trigger reach. And we need to talk about the trigger, guys. Biggest complaint I have about the G3C is the trigger, because the trigger breaks really, really far back in the trigger guard. I hadn't put the trigger on my scale yet, but I'll be slicing in what it is. So look at your screen now and I'll tell you the trigger pull weight. But what's important about this trigger is when I stage the trigger and get on the wall, it is a beautifully hard wall. This is very predictable. The trigger safety goes completely flush. It's at close to a 90-degree angle. The trigger reach for my hand is perfect. And then the brake right there, only a little bit of over travel. The brake is pretty clean. It's not honestly all that creepy. Like, this is weighted, I'm guessing, at 5 to 6 pounds, maybe just over 6, but it's appropriate for what they're doing here. The reset on the trigger is pretty short. Not the best. It's not the most forceful reset like a Glock, but you can see when I was running the gun fast, I didn't have any issues with it. Jumping up top to talk about the sights, shooting this with 124 grain ammo, which generally is going to impact a little bit higher than 115 grain ammo. My hold for the sights was basically I was getting impacts with where the center dot is. So it's more of a combat hold on the sight. That's not my preferred sight picture, but these are low profile sight. They're appropriate for what the mission of this gun is, which is concealed carry. The magazines they provide, there's only 2, but they have nice little wings that you can rip the magazine out of the grip if you had to. And the grip texture itself, it's not quite as glorious as it is on the G3C, but it is plenty good. It is on par with like the Hellcat. There is no rail on this, which I honestly think is fine because there's not really a point in having a rail on a gun quite this small. Now, I will say that the thinness of this gun, like you could pocket carry this if you're a huge guy and only wear cargo pants. I don't see how you could get a pocket holster and make this work in like jeans. I'm 6'5", telling you that I probably couldn't pocket carry this unless it was in cargo shorts, which is standard issue dad attire. So give me a thumbs up for all the dads in the audience wearing cargo shorts. Takedown on this pistol is accomplished through this little notch right here. They give you a little Taurus keychain that has a little like a flathead screwdriver kind of plastic thing on it. And that's how you take the gun apart. You basically just hold it a little bit out of battery, turn the key, and it comes apart. The rails mating up with the slide are very long, and as a result, the fitment of the slide on the frame feels pretty good. It's noticeably higher quality feel in hand than other guns with much shorter rails and a lot more wiggle. There is a peephole at the top of the chamber so you can visually inspect to see that there is a round in the chamber. But other than that, the controls are super low profile. I do wish that they had come out with a pinky extension for this 11-round magazine. The gun would be just a little bit easier to hold down, but honestly, how this gun shoots is fantastic. It is a very good shooting gun to be as little as is. I honestly like the way this gun shoots more than my Glock 43. The Glock 43 has a similar hump as this large backstrap has, but it feels like it hits me in the palm harder. This feels ergonomic. It forces me to roll my wrist over a little bit more and lock out, which is what I like when you have a little flippy gun like this. And another thing that you'll notice when you just get around to inspecting this gun is that the internals look very Glock-like, especially in the slide. Like the location of the firing pin block, the way the striker lug just kind of hangs down is pretty much the same as a Glock. The back plate even looks similar to what's going on with the Glock. But I can say that the Taurus GX4, I bought this for, I think it was $392, so I had it shipped to my FFL for like $401. At $401, I would say that this gun is a value. It is a good value for money at $401. The way Taurus generally works is it's probably going to fall down in price some. I wouldn't be surprised if this lands somewhere between $300 and $350 when it's not the new hotness from Taurus. This is a gun everybody should be concerned about from a firearms manufacturing side, because this gun, in a way that the G3C isn't, has the feel of quality, it has the performance, it is a significant gun. If you're looking for a micro 9 that you want that 11+1, and I did run this with 12 rounds in the magazine a good bit, and it had absolutely no problem. So that is the Taurus GX4. I'm very pleasantly surprised. If I was an iron sight shooter, I would absolutely look at this. I'm sure they're going to come out with the Toro version of this in the very near future, because that's just how Taurus seems to roll. They release the gun, and then they release the gun they should have released at launch. So if you want a red dot sight, maybe hold on until that point, or the price comes down on these bad boys. If you're an iron sight shooter, have no interest in red dot. It took sort of the learning that everybody else did with their skinny compact 9s and put out a feature set that is honestly very difficult to ignore. Like, this gun is a legit gun. So if you've got questions about the gun further, please leave a comment below. I'm happy to interact with you guys about this gun, as it is fairly new to the market. And since I paid for it with my own money, I can tell you exactly what I think about the thing. So I won't hold anything back. Just let me know what you guys want to know about it. And if you've made it this far, please like and subscribe. And this video I'm going to recommend, it is the Taurus G3C Toro video. And this is a video that YouTube has picked for you. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.